When it comes to content creators and freebies, I know there's a parallel to the wonderful world of radio stations. Radio stations sometimes have problems when they have too many freebies, too many giveaways. And so people start listening for the freebies and the giveaways, much in the same way supermarkets, with their sales, may have people that show up specifically for the sale items. The problem that I have with people doing freebies and giveaways is traditionally on platforms like this and whatnot, has traditionally been, if you do too much of it, you end up with an audience that's only there for the freebies and doesn't care about what it is that you're doing. But then I thought, wait a minute. If you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch, people are watching for free already. So how does this not become a situation where your content isn't as valuable and doesn't hold its own and you have to have some kind of giveaway to kind of boost it up a little? That's the thing. No problem with freebies and giveaways. They're fun every so often. But if you have a channel where somebody can say they grew because of their freebies, you got to take a serious look at what it is that you're doing and exactly how much the giveaways and all this other stuff is part of what it is that you do. Do you have your audience because of the stuff you're giving away as opposed to the stuff that you're doing? Another thing that I'm thinking a lot about along these lines is the meta on YouTube with all the clickbait. People doing all the stuff with the thumbnails and the titles and the descriptions and the metadata. And at the same time, YouTube bans people for spam, scams, and deceptive content probably more than any other policy that I've seen while watching the YouTube customer service Twitters. And also, they're working on systemic ways to shut down the people that are playing the system through thumbnails. So we've talked about the mouse over previews and stuff like that. The mouse over previews on the bigger channels that qualify allow you to get past any wild thumbnails they have. At the same time, if we go back to the beginning of the 2010s, when YouTube fundamentally changed the site to move it away from views towards watch minutes, one of the big issues that there was at the time was there were these videos that were basically using deceptive thumbnails. So you'd see the videos that have like someone's bikini picture as the thumbnail and there'd be nothing like that in the video. So that was basically presented as an example of a video that would have lots of views, but it wouldn't have very high watch minutes because people were constantly getting upset and clicking away. And that was part of the justification for completely changing the system to focus on watch minutes. So YouTube has been trying to fix things like this for a very long time, and it doesn't surprise me that they're taking steps to shut down the clickbait meta. But when it comes to freebies and giveaways and stuff like that, you got to ask yourself, if you have a giveaway on something like YouTube or Twitch, it is 100% redundant to the fact that people can just watch you anytime. They just tune in. Even what if you ban them? Well, they just get a sock puppet account or something else. The sites are not as big on that sort of stuff as they used to be. You can probably still watch somehow, even if someone bans you. But that's the thing. Does your content hold its own? And the question I have when it comes to this manipulation meta, as I should probably start calling it, where you want to manipulate people with your titles, your thumbnails, your descriptions, etc. Why can't the stuff you're making be interesting on its own? Why can't people come to like you via what you're doing, as opposed to you got them to click on something? Why does it always have to be about manipulating the other guy? Now, I know there's some things like SEO and stuff, but think about it this way. If you try to grow your channel through search engine results, what kind of people do you think are going to be watching you? What sort of people do you think would find your channel via Google search or YouTube search? Are they the kind of people that are going to like you, or are they just looking for a quick answer to their question? So how would you like to grow a fan base as opposed to an audience? How would you like to actually do that if you're playing the system? How do you plan on doing that if you're playing the system? It's really a tough thing you got to think about here. You can try and manipulate people into watching your video in the right search results, or you can actually give a darn about people, make good stuff, and they find it, they watch it, they like it, and they decide they like you and want to support you. Which would you rather do? One of them, I can tell you, will give you higher numbers, but like I've said with numbers before, and I'll say it as many times as I need to, numbers are never as important as what's involved in them. Okay, you have 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, but you have so many giveaways, much of your audience doesn't even watch your videos if there's nothing involved, if there's nothing in it for them. What do you do with that?